Hey, what's up everybody? Hope you're well. In today's video, I've got some news regarding Tag Heuer's Formula One watch. So, they're due to release a new, old Formula One design. As we can see here, there are a range of colours reminiscent of the style of watch that was released in 1986. Now let's have a good look at the specs here. So I'm going to click into, let's try this one because I like this colour here. All right, so this one is due to be released on the 29th of April. Interesting. Okay, so I'll click here and it's a solargraph technology with the, looks like caliber TH5000 movement. And yeah, that's really nice. Okay, the case, 38mm. We can see here all the specs. Steel crown, case back, steel, water resistance, 100 meters, movement. We've got the movement here. So we've got an option of rubber or, well, this one is rubber here, but generally it's either rubber or metal for these ones and the ones that I've seen. You've got the dial here. Interesting. This is quite beautiful. I really love this design here. I love this watch. It looks beautiful. So wow, so we've got a kind of Apple-esque video here. So yeah, look at all these designs here. So yeah, they've taken a retro approach with this sort of re-release here, except making it a solargraph and having the newer Tag Heuer logo as opposed to the older one. So let's have a look here. So if we look at the old version, or the original, we can see that they are very reminiscent of these. And these are the ones that I remember when I was a kid in the 90s. This is what Tag Heuer watches looked like to me. They were quite popular and, you know, quite, you know, high status kind of watch, you know, a nice Tag Heuer watch, you know. And yeah, they were quite, you know, I wouldn't say exclusive, but it was up there as a brand and whatnot from memory. So yeah, very reminiscent of that. And I actually really like that. I like the sort of the details on here, just, you know, really good. Okay, so we've done with that. So my opinion, these are nice. So if we look at these individually, you know, I like on the Tag Heuer website, it will show you the current time and an angle and high detail. I love the back of these, really nice. So you can see this sort of design here on the case. It's quite, you know, quite high end, quite a lot of detail. The brushed metal here, you know, Swiss made since 1860, you know. Nice, beautiful. And let's look at the release date here. So overall, the release dates seem to be from April until September. So actually, this one, it doesn't say when it's going to be released, but it's got, wow, September. Pre-sale starts in September. Wow, it's 1,550. Okay, let's look at one of the watches that have the metal strap. Right, this one, yeah, I like this as well. This is nice, but it looks like the one I have already. Very much so, in fact. Yeah, it's cool. There's the wrist strap looks pretty much identical to the regular Formula One. Okay, cool. So now we've looked at this, right? And I'm going to give you my opinion overall on this watch because I don't want to ramble on for too long, okay? Because you'll get bored of what I'm saying, potentially. So let's have a look here. Overall, right? Overall, I really love the design of these. Beautiful watches, looks like the ones from back in the day. Lots of different colour ranges. Nice design. Very sort of fun, you know what I mean? Bold colours, you know, not too serious, you know. Cool. So you can wear these on a weekend or whatever. And when you want to be sophisticated, look more sophisticated, you know, you should always look sophisticated. But when you want to have that more understated look, then you go for, you know, you go for the other ones, you know. So yeah, overall, I actually really like these. But I'm going to mention the negatives now. All right. So the first thing I noticed after the design is the pricing. This pricing is horrendous, in my opinion. I know that sounds a bit extreme, whatever. I don't care, yeah? This is way too expensive for what it is, right? So with these watches, companies generally, when they release products that have these sort of funky colours and they give you lots of options, this is more their entry point to their wider product range, right? And looking at these, I would see that as similar, right? These are way too expensive for what they are. Many things are nowadays. The trend is for things to get more expensive. And I don't like that trend personally. This watch should be about between £400 and £700. Between £400 and £700. Not a penny more. Why do I say that? There will be two markets, predominant sectors or segments for this product, right? One would be a collectible product. So it would be, you know, bright, bold, fun, funky colours like you have here, but collectible. So you price them at a price that is collectible for most people. So what price is that? 400 quid. Good entry point into the Tag Heuer product line. You can buy, you know, if you're feeling a bit flush, you know, you can buy a couple of them. You know what I mean? So you can get like a black one. The two that I like the most, I would say, I love this one. This is my favourite. But then this one. So say, you know, you had a bit of money in your pocket, you know, and you like one colour, but you know, you like this one, but you also like this one. You might get this one, like it, and then get that one. And you have a nice little collection there. But they've overpriced it, and that's going to price out the majority of people in terms of this being a collectible. Like, say, for example, you have here the Omega Moon Swatch here. And you can see these collectible, different colours. They cost like $350, $400. You know what I mean? Collectibles, nice. You can get a few of them. You know, look at all these colours here. Omegas cost much more than these, right? Right, but they've done a collaboration. I know Tag has done a collaboration with Kith as well, Kith. And yeah, they've done, you know, similar sort of design from what I've seen. But yeah, it should not be that expensive, man. They've taken away the collectible aspect of it. And I don't think that's a good thing. So that's the first major issue I have with that. Secondly, this is a good entry point into Tag Heuer watches and luxury watches. And they're missing a market here, which is young people. So say, you know, you're 18, 20, 21, and you want to get your first big boy watch, yeah? You want to get your first big boy watch, yeah? This is the watch you get. 400, 500, 600 quid. It hasn't got that kind of older guy kind of style of someone that's in their 30s or 40s or 50s that would wear something a bit more refined like this, yeah? Bit more, you know, these are watches that older, middle-aged kind of people, established, would buy. You get something like this, and this will be your main watch. For an older person, this would be probably like a side watch that you have. For a younger person, this could be your main watch, right? And it's a Tag Heuer, so you got the branding that you like, the style. I've got my first tag, you know what I mean? And you're young, you're 18, 21, you finished uni, or you got your first full-time job, you pass your driving test, I don't know, and you get your first watch. Nice, yeah? Plastic, scratch resistant, whatever, right? So you can wear it, create a bunch of memories. You got a bunch of photos where you're wearing your prized Tag Heuer Formula One, the funky colours and all that. Great, yeah? Then when you're older, you get something like this, or like this. Do you know what I mean? They've missed that market. They've missed that market with this, yeah? And I don't like that, right? It's charging way too much, and it's just the thing with these big corporations being really greedy, right? This is way too much, mate. Way too much. So they've missed a couple of markets. And then they've also, they haven't looked at who they're competing with, right? This is what you're competing with, yeah? G-Shocks is what you're competing with, right? People that want to get, older people who want to get that retro kind of watch. But they're not people. If you look at the comment section, people are saying, yeah, I like the design, but it's way too expensive, And I think they missed the beat with this. They missed the step with this one. And yeah, that's it really. I think they essentially have overpriced that watch, and I don't see the point in doing that. They've missed out with this. Beautiful watch though, but they've missed out. And that's my opinion. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment and subscribe. I really want to see your comments. And yeah, let's start a discussion. Take care, everyone.